3, 2, 1, go. I have never heard that before. Was that? I think it was a cat.
Oh, I thought it was Kazooie going like either help or ow.
I don't know. We'll have to listen to it again. I don't think I've ever gotten that before.
I think that you did get.
I've gotten a few weird ones. I've gotten Banjo flipping around in the stove.
And
him being
like,
sprung out of the chair. Yeah, but
yeah.
I don't think I've ever gotten him sprung out of the bed. And I have tried to do that before, but I've never gotten that. So that was funny. That was an accident. Oh, hey there, guys. I forgot you were watching. Welcome back to Banjo-Kazooie. I just got very taken back to my childhood there. I saw this for a brief second and was reminded that we have not filled this little nice puzzle in. We got a new place to go.
I think, yeah. If you want to place all your pieces into the picture,
Not
just
all.
press Z.
All right, we did. Look, it's done. Hooray!
Here it comes.
Clanker's Cavern. Ladies and gentlemen, this houses a lot of memories. Oh yes, it does, and we shall tell you about them if you're patient.
Yes,
Just be patient.
Like-
You gotta keep watching. Subscribe, like.
No, like you were patient, waiting for us to notice you while we were just freaking out about the bet thing with Banjo.
Oh yeah. That took a lot of patience.
Yeah.
I think it's up here that I want to go into. I think every
with
world
the
like has
teeth.
the teeth over it. I never noticed that before, but I think it does.
That's what you gotta
Also,
look
if you look on the walls, they've got like all these little.
It's a troll.
That guy's name is Timotheus.
Timotheus, yeah.
Nobody understands him. That guy. Somebody was painting him on the wall, but then they just
got
lost
distracted.
interest. They just started hearing this anime music down the hall, and they just went to follow it, and they never came back.
Dude.
If you want to hear the rest of that fan fiction. Okay, so there is a. Don't read fan fiction. There's a button that you can press that will raise pipes out of the ocean.
Did you say don't read fanfiction?
Yes.
Because you had a fanfiction.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh
but
well.
we skipped this level.
We did skip Clanker's Cavern in the fan fiction that I wrote because I didn't want to write it for some reason.
Many tricks are up my sleeve. To save yourself, you'd better leave.
Oh, Gruntilda.
Yeah.
So-
you don't scare us.
We may not talk about it as much about the fan fiction in this level unless something comes to mind, but it definitely will come up throughout the rest of the series. Don't you worry. Your pretty little head.
I thought that was kind
I think it was. Didn't Rouge the Bat say that at one point during Sonic X?
Yeah, but just about everybody says it at some
Well,
point.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those phrases that just comes up.
Yeah.
Although it always makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable when somebody calls my head pretty and little at the same time. So I have neither of those
It's like
things.
they're being condescending. Oh,
Yeah.
we've never actually talked to Bruntilda, have we?
Gruntilda. No, this is my voice.
Oh.
Hello there, young ones. I'm Gruntilda. Gruntilda's nicer sister. I've crept down here to help you defeat the old hag. It's about time she was taught a lesson. I know all of Grunty's disgusting secrets, and I'll tell you 3 of them every time you find me. Remember the well, young ones, as they will help you with for a fire fate. Trust me if you'd like to hear
What
them.
was that about a fiery fate?
Ah, nothing.
So you can press B if you want to hear all of Gruntilda's disgusting secrets. I'm not in the mood for that right now.
And we actually have Guide on the internet now, so she's kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, but
Although, I think there's different possibilities that it could be, so I think they made it so that it's kind of necessary.
Yeah, you do have to talk to her.
Yeah. So we might have to just run through that and do that later. But
Oh, I failed. I failed myself. There's a bomb over there in the water. I don't believe I mentioned that. Did I mention the enemy book that I kept in my book?
no, I don't think you did.
So that I kept an enemy book, like Kazooie in my book was writing her own enemy book. So it was a book and a book. And, they were both
And
terrible.
Banjo had a diary.
Yeah, and Banjo had a diary.
Yeah.
And at one point, these are called shrapnels.
Yeah.
And Kazooie wrote about them in her book, but I still couldn't spell even when I was writing as Kazooie. And we might put a clip of this up on the screen. And I believe, it's been a lot of years since I've read it, but I believe I said something like, we'll blow up if you get
I
near.
think that was like Boombox or something.
I'm pretty sure it was shrapnel, but it was one of the two.
Okay.
Anyway, and it said, we'll blow up if you get near, have cousin. And I was attempting to say have caution.
Yeah, but have a cousin around instead.
Yeah, have a cousin around, so it'll blow up the cousin.
Yeah, that's
So,
why.
Yeah, that's what you want to happen. I was complaining about the camera last time I played Super Mario Odyssey, and I was saying it was as bad as the 64 camera. I take that back. But at least 64 cameras were a little bit more.
Once you can figure out how to use them.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. There we go. All right, we're going into Clanker's Cavern, boys and girls. Oh, if you're very good here.
Just the one new move to find this time, but it's hidden well. It is.
You have to save your sister in the world, but I'm hiding from you.
Bottles.
Come find
What are
me.
your true intentions?
Let's play hide and seek when everything's in jeopardy. Okay, so you cannot get up there that way, which I thought you could, but you can't.
I think Bottles is trying to be like this wise guru who's testing you for this big adventure to see if you are ready for the
Yes.
things that Gruntilda's gonna throw at you. So it's necessary
It was
that he hides.
It was a
Bottles.
subplot in my book that Bottles was this very trained video game hero that had beaten Gruntilda in the past. It was like a
Yeah, because Kazooie just mentions as a like curiosity and off kind of question, like, how do you know so much about Gruntilda? And he's like, practice, I guess, and he shrugs, but you had it kind of hinted at that he had gone through
yeah.
all of her lair and actually faced her at one point or something.
he was the old hero, but then he
So-
lost his sight.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so 'cause, yeah, it was really in depth. Anyway, I've been saving this. We're not gonna focus on the notes here, but inside this hole, there's a little friend, and he will kill you. So
Unless you kill him.
you want to run and use
and
the
he
rat-a-tat
jumps
rat
into the
like
water.
this. And they are varying sizes, which I find kind of interesting.
Yeah.
If you're very good at jumping here, you can get yourself a mumble token, which you
And
will
can
need.
book 'em.
Oh yes, you can book 'em. By the way, we haven't mentioned before, but this is basically a sewer, and we're inside of a sewer. I don't know
Yeah.
why we find the need to be inside of a sewer, but we are.
Because we need to save our sister.
Yeah, you'll do strange things
Hello,
for your
little
sister.
Dinjo.
As is-
You just leave him hiding behind
Oh, I didn't realize.
that.
Come find me, dude. Okay, so I'm gonna get you. I got you, son. Whoa, that was an awesome move. Okay,
No!
ladies and gentlemen, we're coming upon one of the most infamous parts in the game. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about this. What is through this hole was one of the most burned into our heads scenes in video game history.
Rare, you
We-
knew what you were doing.
We have both had. I think. Did you have nightmares about this?
Well, not about this specifically, but about the character.
It fueled nightmares,
Yeah.
and I had a very hard time sleeping, and I was very, very scared as well. You see, we were sensitive kids, but what was through this hole might give you.
have cousin.
Yeah, you have cousin if you're going through this hole.
And speaking of cousin, I guess
No. We'll save that. Anyway, so what actually at one point, what was through this hole? I was so scared, and Yumi was so scared 'cause she had done it once. She had seen it with her cousins. Actually.
Yes.
She had her cousins when she first saw it.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
But because she was following my rules. Anyway, later she was so scared to go under there again. She had such trouble that she wanted me to do it, and I was like 8 years younger than her. And I forgot, I was like 5 or 6, and she was like, Flash, you have to do it because I'm still scared. And so
I think
was,
you were saying, there's nothing to be scared of in there, and if I can do it, But,
yeah, I was so brave.
But I'm like, you don't want to do it.
And she scared me so badly that I was practicing in Treasure Trove Cove water, like swimming and getting used to Snacker so I could be ready for this. Actually, we ended up, I think, getting our mom to do it. I think we called her in. She did
Yeah.
swim in and do this. So thanks, Mom.
Our mom has had experience like beating very naughty.
Oh yeah, she at one point has beaten Donkey Kong Country bosses, so that's
Yeah.
one cool thing about her mom. Mother, this may jog your memory, because here we go into the deepest, darkest
And yes,
part.
our mommy watches these.
Oh yes, she does. This really bugged me
This
when I
part.
was a child. I am Clanker, witch's garbage grinder. Clanker not like dirty water, want fresh air.
And the game
Something
can
about-
slow down.
Something about his face and him lurching back. It really doesn't bother me now.
He does it a little more dramatically sometimes, and the game will slow down, but not always. And now he actually looks kind of cute. Sometimes if you like go right on his face, he's actually nice.
Yeah, this
But
is...
when I had my cousins, and I was playing this game, and I had never been here before. And I was just like swimming around, and I'm like, oh, there's like this tunnel that you gotta go through. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? So I go down there. My older cousin,
She had an older cousin and a younger cousin.
yeah, and they're your cousins too, so
Oh
really.
yeah,
But,
I have cousins too.
but they weren't there. You weren't there at the time. So anyway, he's just hanging out doing other stuff while I'm playing this game. And so I go through this tunnel, and he had no idea what was going on at first, as far as I know. So I just swim through this tunnel, and then all of a sudden, I see this huge face, and then this text.
53 by 46 foot face.
Yeah, this text window come up and saying, bzz, click, and I'm just thinking, this thing's gonna kill me, and I actually start going, like while holding it, and then all of a sudden he looks up, and he's like, no, it's okay, he's good, and he like had to calm me down, because I'm just like, the end is near, death is imminent, and I was just freaking out, and I never wanted to go through there by myself again for the longest time.
There was actually several points in video games where we did not go into areas because we were scared of them. The piranha in DK64, I believe we mentioned before, gave her a similar effect. She doesn't do well with big fish.
Yeah,
Which-
because, if you've seen another Nintendo Tales episode way back when we were doing, like, Super Mario Brothers 3,
Yeah.
yeah, I mentioned that, there was this Commander Keen.
Oh dear. I'll beat
no.
these guys. I'll beat these guys while you tell the tale.
These guys are mutants.
Snippet mutants are we. Jigsaw Sars. Fight us if you must.
Fight us.
You must.
Okay.
Just fight us. Okay. Get with the program.
So, anyway, we played Commander Keen before. And for those of you who have, in Commander Keen 4, where it's like the Oracle of, whatever.
Time, was it?
No, I forget what it is. But anyway, you can go into this underwater level after you get scuba diving gear.
Yes.
Speed and snippet meetings are we. Yourself is prize.
Okay, ourself is the prize. Anyway, yeah. So if you go into there, you get to see this fish called the dope fish, and it's like really big and stupid, but it comes so suddenly and it's so huge, and it tries to eat you. Sometimes, but of course it's so dim-witted, sometimes it'll completely miss, and then it'll act like it still ate you, it'll burp.
Yeah.
But that, I was 3 years old when I saw that, and that gave me nightmares for a long, long time.
Yeah, like,
And it didn't even look like the dope fish, but it was just the kind of concept of the whole thing.
so the reason we retell part of that tale
Yeah.
is because we found this video a little while back. And, it's actually terrifying, this video. This may not mean a lot to you, because you don't usually see Yumi in real life. But I see Yumi in real life every day. So it's terrifying. No, but you can go back and watch our AOMI special. If you watch that, you can see what Yumi looks like. Now, there's a video about the Commander Keen, and there's the song called the Dopefish Song, and it actually originally had lyrics to it. It was a beta song that was going to be used in a different game.
Fans know it as the dope fish song. It actually has a different title.
Yes, and it had lyrics to it, and there's the video of this actual author of the song, composer, and he's showing the song to a couple people and talking about the lyrics to this song that never had any lyrics. But inside that video, this very obscure video that we found on the internet, there was a lady with her back turned, and she looks and sounds exactly like Yumi.
She is my twin.
And I'm like dead serious. If you may not be able to tell from the special, I'm not sure if you can see the resemblance because she has her back turned. But to me, the tone of her voice sounds amazingly similar, and with her back turned, it looks almost exactly the same. It's crazy. We're going to link the video for you guys to watch this. I don't know if it'll mean much to you, but ever since we saw that video, we really wanted to tell people about that.
And I was kind of freaking out too, because she even, like, responded
In a way that you would. It would.
and nodded nodded her head.
She nodded my nod.
And
She snatched my weave.
she even gave a little kind of chuckle like I would when conversing with company, you know.
It's weird.
And it was exactly how I would respond in that situation. And so I was kind of thinking, this is my twin here. And it's almost made me think, did I actually have a meeting that was recorded and I don't remember? Because that
Back
was...
in like when you were way younger.
Yeah,
because
I mean, realistically, it doesn't make sense, but still.
it's just strange.
My twin is a lot older than I am, but...
Yeah, so really the whole thing doesn't make any sense. But
And I wouldn't know if she turned around and we saw her face, we might not look anything alike, but still, she even wore similar clothes that I might
yeah,
wear.
she did. She wore
She's got my style.
a jacket that looks just like one that Yumi has.
Yeah.
The entire thing is freaky. You need to watch this video. So anyway, I feel like that was a very professionally stitched together tale. We went from like childhood memories back to childhood fears from the scene, right into like a look-alike tale that we've been wanting to tell for a long time.
Okay, yeah, that's just...
That's genius. You need to subscribe, like, share with your
Stop.
friends.
Stop. I hate that.
I got YouTuber syndrome again.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
And long diving challenges like that used to scare me as well.
Oh yeah, because you could just drown and that's it.
Yeah. And
I
don't
always
like drowning.
got nervous about being underwater for too long too. Like in Super Mario 64,
Yeah.
where Mario just like legit drowns and then...
Although in Super Mario 64, if he gets money, he's like, "Ooh, money! My air is replenished."
Well, you gotta use something, I guess. Oh, Jinja.
I don't know why I'm getting these things. They're gonna be reset. But yeah, in Donkey Kong Country, we didn't have to deal with no stinking air. Kongs don't need to breathe. Why does a bear need to breathe?
But then
Come
they
on,
decided
Banjo.
in Tropical Freeze all of a sudden they do.
Yeah, Kongs have lost that ability. It's, all right, so I don't know exactly.
We gotta set him free by diving down.
Oh, it's that thing.
Because he wants fresh air and he's tired of being the garbage grinder. Is
You
that
know-
like rust supposed to be, or is he...
We always thought as kids that he was bleeding.
Yeah.
Blood.
Which is kind of
children.
different, but I think, you know, in beta, he was actually going to be a live shark instead
Yeah,
of
they
a
showed.
mechanical.
We can show that screenshot. Oh, you ran out of Kleenex.
Yeah, because allergy season.
Let's take one from the trash.
Oh, don't you dare. Just head out of the room.
He was kicking me out of my own series.
No, I'm just saying, go get a Kleenex elsewhere.
Ah, that feels better.
Oh my goodness.
Now, back in the day, there was this cheat called "Give the Bear Lots of Air" that you could type in at the Treasure Trove Cove Sandcastle.
I mean, you still could.
You can't. Yeah, but I knew about this back in the day, and I have actually. I'm not sure if I've ever beaten this with. I must have, because I LP'd this game. I remember that.
And plus, there's a little friend.
But
He's still not very helpful to me anymore.
now, this is a very hard thing to do, you guys. It's just really hard, and I'm gonna attempt to do it for you guys, but it's always been very hard to me. What you have to do is swim through one of these keys several times.
There we
You
go.
have to swim through this key right here.
And there's... He might introduce himself.
Is he going to introduce
Yep.
himself?
My bubbles if you're low on air.
Now, I always found it harder to get his bubbles and do what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, Gloop is not all of that helpful. I actually did it!
That wasn't that hard, was it?
No, I hold R now to direct my swimming a lot more.
Oh, man. There we go.
Clanker goes up. I believe that was the thumbnail of one of my episodes. And that Jiggy's on his back. That's nice. Hey,
Went through
Gloop, give
the-
me another bubble, please. Clanker has fresh air. Find reward on Clanker's back.
Do we want to get Gloop's bubbles before we head up?
No, I just did.
Okay.
I thought
Because
it
we're, like, down...
Whoa, we're losing air fast. It's alright. It's alright. This is the smoothest run I've ever done of this, and I'm not gonna lose now.
Growing up sure does help sometimes.
I know, yeah, you can play video games so much better. Come on. I don't want to be a kid again. I can play video games good now.
Yeah.
So, anyway, thank you
We
guys.
had more time to play them.
Oh, that was a sad note to end on.
Sorry.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Clanker's teeth hurt now. Eat too much candy. Help Clanker. Stop eating candy. Clanker need help. Please,
Okay.
support group. Clanker ate way too much candy. Make his face grow to huge sizes like 56 by 46 foot. He'll cross his eyes at you.
Yeah.
He's a cute little kid.
Okay,
that's kind of it.
Thanks for burning that into my head, the image into my head.
Oh, yeah. I keep trying to, Oh, there's a jiggy. I keep trying to end this episode off, but then I'm like, oh, jiggy. So I'm gonna walk the tightrope. Oh, snap, I'm thinking of a song, Some people long for a life that is simple and planned, tied with a ribbon. And then it goes like, that's the first line of the song, which is really a bad one to quote, because then I have to go through the entire song to get to the point where it's like, tightrope!
Okay.
See you guys in the next episode of Banjo-Kazooie.
See.